Before we get started, please don't ask me about officiating. I can't have a comment on it. Yes, there was a play at the end of the game where kids were on the floor. It was explained to me that as long as it didn't interfere, to me it interferes because when people storm the floor, you're not going to throw a ball into a crowd. I got my first technical this year in my third or fourth in 4 years. So please don't ask me about officiating because I cannot comment on it. There's a fine line there, and I do not want to get suspended, and I have a lot of respect for the profession. They clearly have a very tough job to do. To the game, our fight and play in the first quarter buried us pretty deep. I thought we fought back. We had to coach too many different things, whether it was demeanor or execution, not being locked in. That's got to be better. But we against North Texas, when we dropped the one at home, I guess we're like 9-2 at home this year. We dropped the one at home. We had a slow start to the first quarter, and then we were strong in the last 3 quarters. Against Rice, we were strong all 4 quarters. Tonight, we had a slow start. We were strong the rest of the game, the last 3 quarters. The play at the end, we tied it up. I went zone. Mike should have went man. That mistake would have been one of many, including getting a technical that I made tonight. But I can't pout about it, and we can't pout over turnovers. We got to move on to the next play, and we got to prepare for Thursday. Griffin Dempsey is the one that hit the 3 at the end. We overhelped, just lost sight. These things can happen. Like I said, if I put them in man, they're not in that situation. Griffin is from Huntington. Yes, we did recruit Griffin. Yes, we did offer a scholarship. Yes, she's a good player. And I'm sure they're going to enjoy that on their flight to Western Kentucky.
The fourth quarter resiliency. You're down 17 going in. You've missed, a lot of easy shots around the rim through the first 3 quarters. With the young team, it could have folded up pretty quickly. What did you see out of them that really impressed you in that fourth?
We just showed up. I think we're a talented bunch. Yes, we're the most inexperienced team in the country. And at this point in the year, I get tired, and I say that to remind everybody, but I get tired of saying it too because at some point I want them to grow up too. Just like they want to grow up, My 3-year-old wants to be 13 right now, and these 18-year-olds want to be 30-year-olds right now. And we've just got to be more resilient for longer. And I thought we did that in the last quarter.
What had your feet stuck in the mud the first 3?
The first 3 quarters? Well, the score, they outscored us 3 points in the second and third quarter. So I don't know that our feet were stuck in the mud, but we didn't execute very well. We didn't take care of the ball. We didn't execute game plans. We didn't fight much. So I couldn't tell you. We're working to get that fixed the best we can. We got to make sure that we handle success and failure about the same level of consistency with the same way we've handled demeanor the last two games.
How much of that was just getting after it on the offensive glass? Or 2.5 quarters, you all had 3 offensive rebounds, and you have 11 over the next, 15 minutes gameplay.
More shots on goal, more physical play, so you get to the free throw line, and we're the aggressor. It's going to be it's hit or be hit, and they hit us in the mouth pretty good in the first quarter, and we kind of fought back a little bit in the second. Third was better, and the fourth was great. And with youth, I guess you have an inconsistency, and we've got to get that resolved about the best we can. But it's not just in our youth. Leah's the same way. It's up and down our roster, and they'll admit that.
Matt, what have you got to do to make sure they come out of the locker room and, I ready to play is not the right word, but not playing at the level that maybe you expect them to play, that fans expect them to play. And that's been a problem, you know, 2 or 3 games now where they've lost because they come out slow and don't make their threes. I mean, and not making threes, I understand, because that happens, but.
If I knew the answer to that, I'd
Yeah.
obviously do it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know, I searched for that. I think we have to stay on them in practice too, in a time of year that you don't get to practice a whole lot. You just gotta try and teach them, you know, and show them the way and show them the light, and they need to understand that there's gonna be a fight. They don't need to wait and see if it's gonna be a fight, because there's gonna be a fight. And not physically, you know, it's gonna be a battle of wills, and we've gotta adjust.
Players do not understand that maybe at the conference level, that fight is more intense?
I think that they understand it. You know, there's one thing to hear it and to comprehend it, there's another thing to actually do it.
Sure.
And I think that from that level of vision to comprehension to application, from comprehension to application, there's a little bit of a miss that you know, maybe only experience will fix.
Leah, for you all, what do you take the most from this game? Is it the resiliency to come back, or is it the missed opportunities, you know, early, and you know, what's the demeanor of the locker room right now?
We just didn't have enough energy in the first half. We kind of showed that we had a lot more energy in the second half. We just got to come out ready to play every time, and we just know that we just got to keep playing no matter what.
Yeah, you know, obviously you and Narisha are the two that have to lead this team. And, you know, I know you guys can shoot better than 9 for 11 and 2 of 8 from 3 and 6 turnovers. You know, what are you trying to tell the younger players and the less experienced players about what we need to do to come out the gate to get these guys ready to play in these games? Because, you know, maybe they don't understand, and then they have this really tough game, and then all of a sudden, you know, they come back on the Saturday game like gangbusters, and it seems like y'all have done that maybe 3 series in a row now, down in Florida, and then the last 2 here at home.
Well, I mean, we try to keep telling them, if you miss a shot, just keep shooting. It's just a matter of just energy coming out. We need the whole team to have energy. Like in the second half, it was just a lot more energy, and it made everybody want to play harder.
You've emphasized the energy thing and the need for that to get the good start.
Yes, we need that every time we play.
You've emphasized that to the younger ones.
Yeah, we talk about it even in practice. We try to practice what we preach. So it's a matter of doing it in practice, and then when the game comes, show that energy that we had in practice.
Leah, as a leader, how do you encourage your teammates after a loss like this? It was, you fought to the end. Like, how do you encourage your teammates?
It's more of a keep your head up type of lesson. That was one heck of a shot. She hadn't made a shot all game, so it was a matter of just keep our heads up, because we got another team on Saturday, so we just got to stay focused because we got preparation tomorrow.
Pat, maybe Shannon Gore has hit the wall harder than many of your players, because it seems so easy for her in a non-conference. She was just making shots, right, left, making threes, and she's really struggled for 5-6 games now. You know, I know you took her from the starting lineup to bring her off the bench, and I hope she got a little more energy there. Is there anything you can do except get in the gym, shoot more? That's what Fraley told us last week when she hit 4 for 4. Is it with a shooter though? You know,
She's in the, I mean, I'll give you an example. Last night we were doing curfew, 48-hour rule, and she was the one that wasn't home yet. In a text, he just checked, and we're going to do curfew early. She was on the gun shooting. So she's doing that, but energy's got to, you know, it's got to create that. Running the floor hard, rebounding the ball. We had a couple of key rebounds late that didn't go our way. But like I said, we all made mistakes. Maybe I made a mistake. I still would have gone zone. Right now, I would have gone zone.
well, if you'd have looked for a player to pick though, and 0 for 3 from 3, 0 for 4 from the field, that's not a bad player to play.
No,
yeah.
no. It's fitting that Griffin hit that shot. You know, that makes perfect sense. That would work out.
Makes a nice storyline.
Yeah.
Yes.
For you guys, but You know, I mean, they had hit 5 threes on the night, and she was drawing up a man set to get it inside, no doubt. I mean, that's what most coaches are doing, and we gambled and lost. No different than on the first play on offense, you know, so I don't think it's about one place, either way.
What was the difference in the beginning and then as you rallied in your defense, your defensive execution? What were you doing better, different?
Just the energy. I mean,
I
Okay.
think we just finally woke up and played some defense. It just matter, we know we get defensive energy, the offense will come easy.
Anything else?
thanks, Gabe.
People.